I typically don't make videos like this because you truly cannot change anyone's mind and teach their own. But if you do not see the problem with PBS going away, I do feel bad because you probably were not exposed to PBS as a child, and I know for me and many others it had a great positive impact on who we are today as people. PBS Kids doesn't only host children's shows, it hosts journalism, local history, and culture for the people in those communities. So that is a major thing to get rid of. One would even say it's censorship. Getting rid of PBS isn't like getting rid of, let's just say, Nickelodeon or the Disney Channel, because those two channels, most of their shows are for the purpose of being entertaining, and while they might have lessons sprinkled out, that is not the focal point and it's not written as such. Shows like Sesame Street, the focal point is the lesson of the show. What are we going to learn today? How are we going to process these emotions? And it just so happens to be entertaining on the way. With shows like Sesame Street, the lessons learned in them aren't just the bare minimum of, well, you gotta share with your friends. Sesame Street has helped many children process grief when losing a parent or a pet. It helps them recognize empathy on how to treat other people. It also teaches them how to manage their jealousy and anger when they come across a situation they've never experienced before. And above all else, it teaches them how to be a good friend to one another. While these learning resources should be an aid to the teaching of the home, whether that be from a parent, grandparent, nanny, etc., that is not always the case. Not all children have the support of family to better them, to teach them, to show them, and socialize them. Sometimes all kids have is shows showing what to do on the playground, how to share a toy, how to manage feeling angry when somebody kicks you, and what to do in response. And sometimes parents don't know how to say it. I know, like my mom, there's some things that were just never talked about growing up in her family. So when they happened to us when we were little, she didn't know how to go about it. So sometimes putting on an episode of Sesame Street to introduce the topic and then talk through it later helped us understand fully what she was trying to say. And to this day, I remember clearly some of those episodes and conversations that happened afterwards. I just feel that a family's financial circumstance should not impact a child's access to basically the world, entertainment, because yes, why some might think it's a luxury, it's kind of not when the channel they're learning from is teaching them real life things. I just think the whole thing is just very upsetting because I feel like things in regards to education are kind of going a little crazy right now. My job, too, is very, very much at risk. I work as an early interventionist with children under the age of 3 who have developmental delays, and with things like Medicaid being toyed around with, it's a risk that those children may not get the services they really, really need right now. The last thing I wanted to touch on is my favorite part about Sesame Street. Every single character looks different from one another. They have different cultures, they have different looks, they have different foods they eat, different ways they talk, different abilities, but yet they are all still friends. They all still built a community. No one is better than one another on Sesame Street. And I think that is a very important lesson we need to keep in the back of our minds these days.